in a football game. So we hope we don't run into serious serious opposition, and the meeting will go well tonight. So, welcome everyone. Glad you're here. Let me ask Kim to call the roll and see if we've got a quorum. It certainly looks like we do.
John Westmoreland? John Westmoreland? Richard Mullins?
Here.
William Alliance? Matt Foyer?
Here.
Edie Schindler? Here. Paul Chapman?
Here.
Becky Smith? Here. Charlie Westbury?
Here.
Rita Marable? Robert Ray?
Here.
Tony Stallmaker? John Harley?
Here.
Ford Slappy?
Here.
Randy Toms? Clifford Holmes? Preston Hawkins?
Here.
Stephen Tingen? Jimmy Roberts?
Here.
Francis Adams?
Here.
Frank Duke?
Here.
Robert Ricker?
Here.
Kirk Gibbons? Jeff O'Neill? Lonnie Miley? Matt Rogers? Mike Wilderback?
Here.
Eric Wilson?
Here.
Richard Bazemore?
Here.
Melvin Lawrence? Ed Norris? Melvin Walker?
Here.
Barbara Williams? Alfreda Walker? James Richardson? James Curry?
Here.
Rich Hall? Henry Cravey?
Here.
Lee Slade?
Here.
Tim Young?
Here.
James Colson?
Here.
Bill Webster?
Here.
Walter Rocker?
Here.
Terry Schwimmer? Here. Ken Fowler?
Here.
Charles Williams? Shannon Hart? Here. Catherine Epps? Jimmy Smith? Marty Dupree?
Here.
Charles Brack?
Here.
Marty Dominic?
Here.
C.L. Brooks?
Here.
Jonathan Jackson?
Here.
Bill Bentley? Charles Sims?
Here.
That's it. Would you please stand as you are able for pledge of allegiance? Remain standing, and I'll ask Paul Chapman to give our invocation. So join me in the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Paul.
Heavenly Father, we give you praise and thanks for this another day. And Lord, for this occasion that brings us together. And Father, we ask that you would give us your divine guidance as we, each and every one, work for those whom we serve. Father, we ask that you would be with us tonight in this meeting. You would keep all our hearts and minds pure. And we pray in Christ Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen. And on that note, thank you for the food. How about a round of applause for really good have this happy meal time. This is mine. Happy meal. All right. We have a number of people here that we want to recognize, although they're not guests. They're with us on a basis, and we're delighted that to have them here and to recognize them. Carolyn Dallas, who is the field representative for Representative Jody Heiss. Carolyn, thank you. Michelle Sands is here, field representative Sands of Victor. Andrew Ross, I saw him come in a little late, field representative Senator Johnny Isaacson. Thank you, Andrew. Jay Smith, field representative for Senator David Perdue. So we're delighted to have them here, and also Catherine brought her husband Bubba with us. So Bubba Evans is here. He also doubles as a state representative. So he and his family tonight is a spouse of Catherine. So have me welcome all around. Do we have other guests that people would like to recognize? Ma'am?
We have my wife here, 39th birthday. She didn't want to stay at home by herself tonight on her birthday.
Hey, good. Welcome, welcome.
Mike Dodd from the city of Forsyth.
Hey, Mike, welcome. Any other guests?
George Lee from the Lieutenant Governor's office.
George, thank you very much for being here with Lieutenant Governor. Last call, yes? Good. That brings us to our, standard order of business, on the agenda. And the first item on our standard order of business is a motion to approve the minutes of May 12th. We got a motion and a second. Are there any changes, corrections, discussion? Here none, all in favor of approval of the minutes, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the minutes are approved. At this time, I'm gonna call on Rick Bazemore, who is Vice Chair of the Budget Audit Personnel Committee, to give us a report on some old business, a target fund balance, if you will. Rick?
I am not Robert Ricketts. Budget Audit Personnel Committee met on May 20th to address a number of matters on behalf of Committee Chairman Mayor Robert Ricketts. Please accept my sincere appreciation to Charles Brack, Butch Hall, Shannon Hart, Joseph Holmes, Peter Webster, Charles Westbury, Johnny Westmoreland for their attendance and their active participation. First item for consideration tonight is the establishment of a target fund balance for the Regional Commission. This is in response to the Georgia Department of Audits and Performance Audit finding earlier this year that the Middle Georgia Regional Commission does not have a target fund balance. Committee reviewed 10-year history of fund balances for the Middle Georgia Regional Commission, surveyed other regional commissions for their policies. At the end of the fiscal year 2015, this regional commission had an equivalent of 5 million operating expenses available. After careful consideration, the Budget Audit Personnel Committee recommends the establishment of a target fund balance of 2 months operating expenditures, which is recommended a best practice by Government Finance Officers Association for Local Governments.
You have heard the motion of the Budget Audit and Personnel Committee. That does not require a second since it comes from the committee. Is there further discussion on setting a target fund balance for the Middle Georgia Regional Commission at 2 months of operating expense? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the motion is approved. We call on Cam, Gary, there's Cam, he's going to talk about local assistance grants.
Mayor Rickert. Council, I want to start before I get into the local assistance request, making an announcement about some news we received today, that the Georgia Department of Community Affairs has announced a new application cycle for the Georgia Initiative for Community Housing, which is commonly called the GIC program. GIC is designed to improve the quality of life in communities through the development of housing revitalization strategies, and they plan to accept up to 5 communities to start this program next year. The applications are due by September the 9th of this year, and you can contact any of our staff if you're interested in participating in this program. Also, wanted to note a few recent accomplishments that the RC has made over the past month. The Public Administration Department has worked with the City of Irwinton to develop and adopt a youth personnel plan. Technology Services has an update about the Regional Commission being selected by the Association of County Commissioners of Georgia, that's ACCG, to provide a narrative that describes the application of geospatial data and analysis services around the regionalization of the EMS service throughout the state of Georgia. Our staff provided ACCG with a request for information earlier this month, and based on the quality of the information we provided, ACCG asked us to provide additional GIS-based maps for inclusion in their final report. These maps will include representation of statewide health-related demographics and services, including a completely new statewide map of all the EMS zones around the state and their service areas. Georgia Small Business Lender closed on 2 loans to a small plastics manufacturer in each county near Byron this month. And the total cost of that project would be $1.6 million, and that project will save 9 existing jobs and create 5 additional jobs over the next 2 years. They are also closing on a law next week for a personal care home in Spalding County, which is just outside of our region, and the total project cost for that is $900,000, and will create 15 jobs. And the final announcement I have before I get to the local assistance request is about an exciting opportunity that we have had in our workforce development department. In April, they have applied for the AT&T Aspire Educational Initiative Grant. We're glad to announce that they were one of 9 organizations in the state that was awarded this $12,000 grant. These funds will be used to assist 114 students at the W.S. Hutchings College and Career Academy who are enrolled in aviation, welding, and CNA programs to pay for their professional licensure, uniforms, and required health screenings to enter into full employment. This is a great partnership with the Bibb County Board of Education, and it will help students be career ready as soon as they leave high school. And in addition to that, there's an opportunity to win $8,000 more to do the same type of project at WS Hutchings, which will be accomplished through a social media campaign, which will involve sharing a short video that will be created by RC staff. In order to secure these funds, we have to be one of the most retweeted videos out there, and we will definitely be looking for many, many retweets from yourselves, your friends, your family, anyone you can recruit to retweet this video. Once we get it put out, we'll be looking for retweets to help earn $8,000 more. With that, I want to briefly address the technical assistance requests we received over the last month. Baldwin County requested grant assistance in the preparation of a grant for the 2016 Byron JAG program. If I pronounced that correctly. The City of Byron has requested assistance with the preparation of a letter to the Georgia Department of Transportation for high mass lighting on exit 149 in Byron for better visibility and an overall experience on that exit. The City of Hawkinsville has requested assistance with updating the City of Hawkinsville-Pulaski County Urban Redevelopment Plan. The City of Irwinton has requested assistance in developing and maintaining a new website for the city. The Town of Ivy is requesting assistance with a feasibility study on the truck traffic going along the Fall Line Freeway. Jones County is requesting assistance with the selection of candidates for the position of county administrator. The City of McIntyre is requesting assistance in revising their personnel manual. And the City of Perry is requesting assistance in support with GIS data collection, mapping, analysis, planning assistance, and business analyst reports for the I-75 Corridor Council. If there are any questions about either the accomplishments that I read or the technical assistance requests that we've received, I'd be glad to entertain those at this time.
Are there any questions? Well, in regard to tweeting and retweeting, I'd say that tweet will be, tweet will come. Good luck with that, Ken, but seriously, that's a good list of accomplishments that the RC staff has helped lay for us, and you've also heard the report about the local assistance request. Can I get a motion to approve the local assistance request?
So moved, man.
Got a motion and a second. If there's further discussion, hearing none, all in favor of the local assistance request, say by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. I understand we approve the local assistance. Laura, now, this is a resolution to authorize operations with the Georgia Small Business Lending Program.
Since its inception in 1983, the Middle Georgia Regional Commission has provided staff and services to the Georgia Small Business Lender or Small Business Loan Programs through an operating agreement that says that the GSBL board is a separate independent board that makes loan decisions. But they don't have staff, they use us for staff and services, and we're required to have a formal agreement between the two organizations. In the past, this has been an annual agreement, but it's become a best practice recommended by SBA that it be a 5-year agreement to provide some stability to the organization. So GSBL has submitted a draft 5-year agreement to the SBA for approval that is essentially the same agreement we've had since 1983. We are asking for authorization for the approval from the SBA for the chairman and executive director to execute the agreement. I'm happy to answer any questions.
You have heard the report. Any questions? If they're not, is there a motion to authorize the operations agreement with the Georgia Small Business Lending Program? Got a motion And a second, thank you very much, further discussion. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it, the motion is approved. Brent Lambert's gonna come talk to us about the contract award for aging services provided.
As you know, our area agency on aging provides human-based services for community and health, home and community-based services for the aging and disabled population in Middle Georgia. Every 4 years, we put out for bid for subcontractors to provide these services. This is one of those years. We recently issued an RFP. You may recall in March at the council meeting that you provisionally awarded contracts to a list of providers that are included in the package. The provisional aspect was to allow time for any appeals or reconsiderations. That time has passed, and we are now seeking your review and approval and ultimate award contracts to the following providers for the following services. I'll read them for you very quickly. For Congregate Mills, City of Eatonton, to cover Putnam County. Middle Georgia Community Action Agency to cover Bibb, Crawford, Houston, Jones, Monroe, Beach, and Twiggs counties. Overview to cover Baldwin County. Pulaski County Council on Aging to cover Pulaski County. Wilkinson County Board of Commissioners to cover Wilkinson County. For Home Delivered Meals, the City of Eatonton for Putnam County. Houston County Council on Aging for Houston County. Middle Georgia Community Action Agency for Bibb, Crawford, Jones, and Monroe counties. Overview to handle Baldwin County, and Pulaski County Council on Aging for Pulaski County. Also, Wilkinson County Board of Commissioners will handle Wilkinson County for their services. For homemaker personal care and respite care services, we have Rest Care, Home Care to cover all counties in the region. Likewise, for community care services, programs, care coordination, we have McIntosh Trail Care Management for all 11 counties. For elderly legal assistance program, we are suggesting Georgia Legal Services to cover all counties. And finally, for evidence-based wellness programs, we have Volunteer Macon to cover the partial group. If you have any questions, I'm available to answer them. If not, we can seek your approval.
No question. Can I get a motion then to approve the contract award for aging services? Got a motion? And a second?
Second.
Got a second? Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of awarding the contract awards for the aging services just read, signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. Ayes have it, no contract awards will be made. Shanita Davis will present the contract award for youth services, workforce development, retire. If any council member here has a duality of interest, a new word for conflict, duality of interest, or conflict of interest, real or perceived. If you think you may have, because you are associated with Goodwill or Paxson Learning Corporation, please so indicate and leave the room. Let's just have a discussion without you. Anybody have a real or perceived duality of interest or conflict with Goodwill Industry Paxson Learning Corporation? Oh, good. Shanita? Nobody had to leave.
Good evening, everyone. On April the 4th of this year, the Middle Georgia Regional Commission issued an RFP for the youth services delivered to youth living in Macon and Bibb County. The RFP was issued in accordance to the new Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act. Proposals were due May 13th, and we received 2 proposals, as the mayor mentioned, one from Goodwill Industries and Paxson Learning Corporation. A committee was put together comprised of the youth committee and a member of the finance team here at the regional. Those proposals were independently scored and evaluated. Based on the scores received in a review of the proposals, the youth committee recommended to the Workforce Development Board Executive Committee that Paxson Learning Corporation be selected as the youth provider to provide services in Macon and Bibb County. The Workforce Development Board approved that recommendation on June 7th. And that recommendation requires approval of this council in order for us to negotiate a contract. In your packet is a full detail of that memorandum. Your packet that lists a little bit more detail. If you have any questions that I may answer now, I'll answer at this time.
You've heard the report from Workforce, and without questions, is there a motion to approve the contract award for youth services workforce development provider?
Motion to approve, Tom.
Got a motion, and a second?
Thank you.
Got a motion, and a second. Thank you, Billy. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the contract award for youth services development provider, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it. Contract award will be made. We bring Vic Bazemore back up at this time and give us a report from the budget audit and personnel committee. Vic.
The committee considered the amendment number 3 to the fiscal year 2016 budget. This is the final amendment for the year, which in large measure adjusts line items to be closer to projected year in numbers. Line item detailed budget included in your package. The budget amendment includes a couple of items of note. Reclassification of aging funds from state, federal pass-through, allowing more seniors to be served. Contribution of $25,000 to the pension plan above the required minimum contribution. Adjustments to the workforce expenditure based on the budget set by the Workforce Development Board. $130,677 is available for unrestricted fund balance or for other purposes. The Budget Audit and Personnel Committee recommends adoption of amendment number 3 for the FY 2016 budget as presented.
You've heard the committee's motion, and that requires no second. Is there any further discussion on the amendment number 3 for the FY16 budget? Hearing none, all in favor of amendment number 3, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it, amendment number 3 is adopted. Dick?
Thank you. The committee discussed the due structure for the fiscal year 2017 in order to maintain our availability to attract federal and state dollars to maintain and expand the level of service provided. Middle Georgia Regional Commission Council implemented a 3-year increase that began in fiscal year 2015. Budget Audit and Personnel Committee recommends the dues rate for FY17 at $1.30 per capita, using the most recent population estimates available from the U.S. Census Bureau.
You've heard the recommendation of the Budget Audit and Personnel Committee regarding dues for FY 2017 at $1.30 per capita based on the census estimates. Are there further questions? Hearing none, all in favor of the budget dues $1.30 per capita, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it, $1.30 dues per capita is approved.
The committee discussed the mileage reimbursement rate for use of personal vehicles for mission business. Rather than set a specific rate each year, staff recommended that the commission policy state that the federal mileage reimbursement rate will be utilized going forward. This would allow the rate to automatically adjust whenever the federal government adjusts it, without any further action by the council. The Budget Audit and Personnel Committee recommends establishing federal mileage rate as the mileage reimbursement rate for the Middle Georgia Regional Commission until such time other action is taken.
You heard the recommendation of the committee, and rather than trying to adopt every time, change every time the federal government changes the rate, every time gas prices change, we just decided we just follow that rate as it went up and down until we make further changes. Again, motion comes from the committee, no second, is required. Is there further discussion? If not, all in favor of setting the mileage reimbursement rate at the federal rate, whatever it is, as it goes up and down, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Good. We'll adopt adopt the mileage reimbursement rate and federal rate until further action is taken. Thank you.
Each year, the regional commission works with benefits consult Northwestern Benefits to solicit proposals for employment insurance coverage. Based on this year's proposal, the Budget Audit and Personnel Committee recommends the following. Health insurance with Humana, and distribution of the wellness program and the medical deductible benefit. Health insurance is a cost share with the employee. Dental insurance with Lincoln and vision insurance with with IMED. For both of these, Regional Commission provides employees coverage, and employees can purchase family coverage. Life insurance with Lincoln, the Regional Commission provides a $50,000 policy for all employees. Finally, voluntary workplace benefits provided by Colonial. This is 100% funded by the employees.
You heard the recommendation of the Budget Audit and Personnel Committee regarding the benefits renewal and wellness program for 2017. No need for a second. Is there further discussion about the benefit package? And we all agree that we want a good benefit package for the compensation of the staff that works here. There's no further discussion. All in favor of the benefit package as articulated, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Ayes have it, and the benefit package is approved. Dick? We make a pretty good team, don't you?
We're looking video.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Budget Audit and Personnel Committee reviewed the proposed FY17 budget. Detailed line item budget was included in your package. The proposed budget is balanced with no funds needed from the fund balance. Total budget for this year is $12,400. Say that again, $12.4 million, slightly less than the FY16 budget of $12.7 million. Budget Audit Personnel Committee recommends adoption of the FY17 budget as amended.
You've heard the recommendation of the Budget Audit and Personnel Committee that we set our initial budget for 2017, $12.4 million as a balanced budget. No need for a second. Is there further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the 2017 budget, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the budget is adopted.
Each year, the Regional Commission adopts a work program that outlines the initiatives, programs, and services of the Regional Commission. The committee recommends adoption of the FY17 initial work program.
Budget Audit and Personnel Committee, I told you it was a workhorse committee, then I'm like, man, I tell you what, the Budget Audit and Personnel Committee has reviewed the initial work program for 2017. No need for a second. Is there further discussion? If not, all in favor of the initial work program for 2017 is set out in the materials, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the initial work program for 2017 is adopted.
1993, the Regional Commission established performance standards for the council to annually determine the success of the organization. A copy of the standards was included in your package, and the committee discussed the performance and determined that the Regional Commission effectively performed in FY 2016.
You heard the committee's recommendation and motion that the Regional Commission met or exceeded all the performance standards for 2016. Is there further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of approval of the Regional Commission having met or exceeded all the performance measures in 2016, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the performance of the Regional Commission is approved.
In addition to the performance of the organization, the committee also reviewed the performance of Executive Director Ralph Nix, utilizing several criteria. After discussion, the committee determined that Mr. Nix has satisfactorily performed his duties in 2016 and wishes Mr. Nix a happy retirement.
You've heard the committee's motion that the executive director met or exceeded all of the performance measures for 2016. No need for a second, but is there further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the finding of the Budget Audit and Personnel Committee that the Executive Director, met or exceeded all the requirements, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it, that, approval is, adopted. Oh, good, okay. Thank you very much, Dave. How about a hand for He made it look easy, didn't he? Good job, good job. As you'll recall, at our last meeting, Executive Director Ralph Nix has announced his retirement effective June the 30th of 2016. And all felt it fitting and proper, and we adopted a resolution to prepare a resolution recognizing outstanding public service of Ralph Nix. Rather than rely on your having read it for yourself in the materials, although it was distributed to you, I'd like to take a point of personal privilege and read it to you again at this point. This is a resolution in honor of Ralph Nix on the occasion of his retirement. Whereas Ralph Nix has served the communities of Middle Georgia with faith and dedication over 4 decades of his professional career at the Middle Georgia Regional Commission and its predecessor organization. And whereas Mr. Nix began his career in public service in 1964 with the United States Air Force, having earned the rank of sergeant as a member of 2 separate outstanding unit awarded squadrons, one of which I understand was the 465th Air Mobile Missile Squadron. How close was I to getting AMMS, right? Air Mobile Missile Squadron?
It was Airborne Missile Maintenance Squadron.
Airborne Missile Maintenance Squadron. We're close. Part of the Strategic Air Command staff, and with airborne nuclear missile system. Whereas Mr. Nix served as a caseworker for the Bibb County Department of Family and Children's Services from October 1970 to December 72, before applying for a position with the Middle Georgia Area Planning Commission. Who remembers when this was the Middle Georgia Area Planning Commission? It was subsequently the Area Planning and Development Commission, and it was subsequently to that the Middle Georgia Regional Development Corporation, and now the Middle Georgia Regional Commission. Whereas Mr. Nix started his distinguished career with the Middle Georgia Area Planning Commission in 1973, housing coordinator, and continued progressing through a series of positions in planning, economic development, small business loan programs, up to his promotion as Assistant Executive Director in 1989. During this time, Mr. Nix was instrumental in establishing the organization as an officially designated economic development district with the United States Department of Commerce, affording the investment of federal funds to support economic development. They also participated, I understand, in a recovery program in Fort Valley and Peach County after the devastating tornado damage in 1975. It counts among his achievements, the micro loan program, rural development revolving loan fund program, the Robert Wood Johnson Healthcare Loan Program, and the EDA revolving loan program, where Mr. Nix was responsible for launching the effort to establish the organization as a certified development corporation under the U.S. Small Business Administration, thus creating an instrument to spur the region's economic vitality through small business lending programs. Also served with Warner Robins Air Force Base in the BRAC preparations, which began in 1988. Had a successful defense through the BRAC process in the early 90s. Whereas in July 2006, the board of the Middle Georgia Regional Development Center appointed Mr. Nix to Executive Director, a position he has served with excellence. And after 43 years of service, Mr. Nix has announced his plans to retire on June the 30th, 2016. Now, therefore, be it hereby resolved that the Middle Georgia Regional Commission expresses its sincere appreciation to Mr. Ralph Nix on the occasion of his retirement. Be it further resolved that the council accepts and approves Mr. Nix's application for retirement. And be it further resolved that Mr. Nix has been exceptionally leadership, job knowledge, perseverance, and cooperation. And be it further resolved that the council wishes Mr. Nix a long and happy retirement and much success in his future endeavors. May I have a motion to approve and a second? All in favor of the resolution, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. You better not. The ayes have it, the resolution is adopted. Ralph, come up here and accept our sincere congratulations to you, sir. You y'all were gonna approve this, therefore we've already had it framed. Let me ask, Ralph, would you like to say a few words?
A very few, Mayor. First of all, thank you, and I don't want to repeat myself, but, you know, a resolution this long, you gotta question the why. But, I'm very grateful for the opportunity to work in Middle Georgia and to serve the communities and have such a fine relationship with a wonderful staff. And I look forward to continuing the relationship on a less formal basis with all of you. And my best wishes go with every one of you for success in your community and for a long and happy life yourselves. Thank you all.
Ralph, stay right here. Y'all be seated. I understand that others may have brought a resolution that they'd like to present around at this time. Are there others that wish to present a resolution? Come up with it. Resolution that you would.
Whereas Ralph Nix distinguished himself in administrative capacities, including service in the United States Air Force, working with the Department of Family and Children Services, where he supervised the casework of 36 children in attendance. And whereas in January 1973, Mr. Nix hired by the Middle Georgia Regional Commission to serve as the housing coordinator. During his tenure, he has also served as the Chief Administration Program Developer, Senior Planner, Economic Development Coordinator, Director of Community and Economic Development, and Assistant Executive Director. And whereas in July 2006, Mr. Nix was promoted to Executive Director of the Middle Georgia Regional Commission. Since being employed with the Middle Georgia Regional Commission, Mr. Nix has worked closely with the Middle Georgia Region, which consists of 11 counties and 2 municipalities. Whereas Mr. Nix has been instrumental in ensuring that each member, county, and municipality receives the utmost attention to projects which has enabled the members of the Middle Georgia Regional Commission be rewarded with economic good fortunes, ability to improve the quality of life for the citizens. And whereas in appreciation for his tireless efforts, the City of Hawkinsville and Pulaski County would like to honor Mr. Nix by ordering that Thursday, June the 9th, 2016 is hereby proclaimed as Ralph Nix Day, celebration and observance. In witness whereof, the United States set his hand and called the seal of the City of Hawkinsville and the seal of Pulaski County to be fixed as 9th day of June 2016.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, this really gives me a tremendous amount of pleasure to be able to read this resolution. Whereas Mr. Ralph Nix has faithfully served the citizens of Middle Georgia with leadership, dedication, and hard work for over 43 years. And whereas Ralph Nix joined the Air Force in 1964, earning the rank of sergeant while serving in squadrons awarded outstanding unit citations. And whereas Mr. Ralph Nix began his distinguished career with the Middle Georgia Regional Commission in 1973, then known as the Middle Georgia Regional Planning Commission. And whereas Mr. Nix was promoted to the position of Assistant Executive Director in 1989, after a series of ever-increasing positions of responsibility within the commission. And whereas in 2006, the Middle Georgia Regional Commission appointed Mr. Nix to the position of Executive Director, a position to which he has served with professionalism, dedication, and unexcelled foresight. And whereas Mr. Ralph Nix has announced his plans to retire on June the 30th, 2016, after more than 43 years of service. Now therefore be it resolved that Putnam County is proud to express its sincere appreciation and gratitude to Mr. Ralph Nix for his many years of public service on the occasion of his retirement. And be it further resolved that copies of this resolution be personally forwarded to Mr. Ralph Nix and the Middle Georgia Regional Commission to be made part of his permanent record. And be it further resolved that June the 30th, 2016 is proclaimed Ralph Nix Day in Putnam County, and citizens are encouraged to join with the Putnam County Board of Commissioners in wishing Ralph Nix a long, happy, and rewarding retirement. And this is signed by the Board of Commissioners. I got one other thing to say. He is the first person that hasn't been a Putnam County citizen in 5 years to have a day.
Someone here's been communicating with my mother.
Mayor Wilson, beside.
So for scientists, glad to proclaim June 22nd. I'll go ahead and say the suspense. June 22nd, and we're honored to do that. I'll be brief, but I do want to read out proclamation. Whereas the Middle Georgia Regional Commission hired Mr. Ralph Nix in January 1973 as a housing coordinator, Mr. Nix has worked his way up through the ranks, holding various coordinator and director positions over the past 43 years, and has served as the executive director for the past 10 years. Whereas Mr. Nix has dedicated his 43 years of service with the Middle Georgia Regional Commission. We didn't go into all the previous iterations. Assisting local communities with housing, rehabilitation efforts, economic development, redevelopment, grant administration, preparation and implementation of local planning initiatives, planning and zoning matters, as well as any other area of need a community may have. Mr. Nix has operated the regional commission effectively and efficiently as the director. Whereas Mr. Nix has earned the friendship and respect of all officials of the local governments that he has worked with and exhibited an exemplary work record, along with a true and genuine willingness to see all communities succeed and prosper. Whereas Mr. Nix has announced his plan to retire and will be honored by his family, friends, and colleagues with a reception on June 22, 2016, provide for time to acknowledge Mr. Nix's many contributions to the Middle Georgia region during his 43 years of service. Now therefore, I, Eric S. Wilson, by the power vested in me as mayor of the city of Forsyth, on behalf of the Forsyth City Council, citizens of Forsyth, do hereby proclaim June 22nd, 2016 as Ralph Nix Day as a testimonial to the loyal and dedicated service he has provided for the past 43 years. Our best wishes in your retirement.
Hey. Chairman Wilson.
As many of you may not know, Ralph is very special to Peach County. He's a native of Peach County, Georgia. We're so pleased to be here this evening to talk a little bit about it. Since we have so many whereases already this evening, I'll just start down near the bottom. I'll recap by saying, whereas Ralph Nix was present when the tornado hit the city of Fort Valley, whereas he helped to prepare the application for funding, and he helped to prepare the application for rehabbing Fort Valley after that. And whereas he was instrumental in helping us develop our industrial park, where we have speculative buildings and some occupants there now, and the development of the Workforce Development Center. And there are 3 other people in the back who were instrumental in assisting with the development of the center: James Corey, Charles Sims, and Robert Ray. We're indeed pleased to be here this evening. And so I go down to the bottom and start to read. Whereas Peach County, being the childhood home of Mr. Raffinick, is proud to consider Mr. Nick as a native son and feel an even greater sense of pride for his lifelong commitment to serving this community and his commitment to making the Middle Georgia area a better place to live for everyone. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the Board of Commissioners of Peach County that this body is proud to express its sincere appreciation and gratitude to Mr. Raffinick for his many years of public service on the occasion of his retirement. Be it further proclaimed that copies of this proclamation be personally forwarded to Mr. Raffinick and the Middle Georgia Regional Commission, be made a part of his permanent record. And with this hereof, I have hereto set my hand and called the seal of the county of Peach be affixed on this 7th day of June, 2016, and that's Melvin E. Walker, Jr., Chairman of the Peach County Board of Commissioners. Hey. Because he is a native son of Peach County, we have something else for him. I've been reading it from the back side. I think it got front side this time. Peach County Board of Commissioners appreciates Mr. Raffinick for more than 43 years of hard work and dedication to Peach County and Middle Georgia. Good luck in your future endeavors. You will be missed. June 9, 2016. Retirement is never complete without a story. So when looking back on what Mr. Nick has done for Peach County, we all sit around and kind of think about the ant that came up to a canyon that had a rope bridge across, and the ant was trying to figure out how he was going to cross, and an elephant came along. So the ant got on the elephant's foot, and when they went across the bridge was swaying, rocking back and forth, and when they got over the other side, the ant jumped off and looked up at the elephant and said, "Didn't we shake that thing?"
Ralph, congratulations and thanks. I think you can tell just by the number of proclamations and all that. And June the 22nd was mentioned a couple of times as the date of the reception to honor Ralph and his service from 4 to 7. I think it's in my announcement. 4 to 7 on the 22nd, and I know we appreciate you being here. And Ralph, thank you. Happy trails to Roy Ryan.
You know what they all said about Roy, didn't you?
Oh, no, of course.
You had to outlive him because you saw what happened to Trigger.
At our May meeting, the Budget Audit and Personnel Committee was authorized to undertake a process to nominate a qualified candidate for the position of Executive Director for consideration by the council tonight to be effective July the 1st of 2016. Regional Commission Secretary Dick Bazemore will present a report of the Budget Audit and Personnel Committee. Dick?
During the committee meeting on May 20th, Mr. Nix was instructed to advertise the position of executive director internally and to receive resumes until June 3rd. 2 resumes were received and interviews were conducted on June 8th in an open meeting. After careful consideration, the Budget Audit and Personnel Committee recommends the appointment of Laura Mathis for the position of executive director beginning July 1st, 2016 at a starting pay grade of 38.4.
You have heard the committee's recommendation, Budget Audit Personnel Committee recommendation. No need for a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the nomination by the committee of Laura Mathis to be the next executive director, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Congratulations, Laura Mathis. The committee thanks Laura will do an admirable job in leading us into the future. She is certainly well prepared and well qualified. And Laura, let me call on you at this point just for any comments you might wish to make.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity. I think, you know, we had to live up when Ross, we started talking about paying for retirement. When Sandy Glore retired, he insisted that we do a retirement celebration. And she was vehemently opposed. And made me handshake, swear we were not going to do that. I said, yes, Sandy, we're not going to do that. And Ralph said, yes, Laura, we are. And Brett and I stood in the lobby one night, and he said, you were going to plan something. Okay, but here's the deal. When it comes your turn, doesn't matter what you say, we're going to do something.
Hence a conspiracy was born.
So right, I think it was about lunchtime today, I said, Ralph, I really have no control what might happen tonight, in terms of the resolution and things. So just know that it comes out of a place of great respect. I appreciate the opportunity and your vote of confidence as the next executive director.
Good, congratulations. We've got the announcement I just made, the retirement celebration for our next June the 22nd from 4 to 7 right here at the Middle Georgia Regional Commission. There will be no meeting in July. We skip over the month of July so that our next meeting is August the 11th. Are there any other announcements? Hearing none, your second screen team feels like we've done a good job of getting people adjourned.
You can have 3 days.